Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to take a moment, first of all, to say hello. It's been a while since we've touched base, and I wanted to do a quick week 6 as we head into week 7 check in, just to talk a little bit about where we are headed in Writing 101 and kind of what we've done up until this point. So, just a couple of things I'll say first before we talk about John Green's book. I have graded all of the narrative essays from the This I Believe unit. So if you have not gotten that feedback yet, be sure that you check your your Old Miss email. That is where the comments and feedback were sent to. That's the only way I can do it in Blackboard. I have to send those comments to you back in that manner. So make sure that you've checked those. Also, you can actually click the Word document itself, and I went through and made track changes and comments in the margins that way, so you can see my feedback. You can see certain things underlined and comments that I made about the essays once you open up that file that comes with the email through my Old Miss. If you would like to revise the essay, I have given everybody instructions within the comments on how to do that and what those requirements are. So make sure, if you're interested in that and you'd like to revise your essay, make sure that you click on that Word file that comes with the email. As you scroll through the comments, as you get to the bottom where the rubric is, and my general feedback on the essay, my more holistic feedback on the essay is there. And then I've got some instructions on how to submit or resubmit your essay if you're interested in doing so. So we're kind of moving away from narrative writing. This week we started looking at John Green's book, the Anthropocene Reviewed, and we're going to be looking at that and dealing with that really for the next couple of weeks. So for this week, you wanted to make sure that you had the first 100 pages read. Next week, I'm going to ask you to have the entire book read by the end of next week. And you'll notice that the assignments and some of the other things connected to these modules, both this week and next week, are a little lighter. And that's because I want you to have time and opportunity to read the book. If you haven't read the book, I know some of you started on it already because you told me. Some of you read it in the summer because you told me, and some of you are just starting. But I think it's a really engaging book. I think it is written in a way that's very interesting and informative, but also engaging for an audience. And it is structured in these short essay vignettes. So it's easy to read 2 or 3 of those vignettes at a time before you move on into something else. And so that's one of the reasons I really like the book and really find it interesting. I know many of you got a chance to listen to John Green at Convocation. Hope you enjoyed that. I thought he was fantastic. I thought he was really great. And if you got a chance to hear him, I'm sure you probably felt the same way. A couple of you have asked me about what are we going to do once we get to the end of the Anthropocene Reviewed. What are we going to be doing? We are going to do an essay connected to this particular book. This essay is going to be a little bit different. You're going to have some options. You can do either a traditional, more structured essay, a response essay that maybe you're familiar with, or maybe that you've done in another class, or maybe from a high school experience, or you can do sort of a narrative vignette or a series of narrative writings and narrative reflections on some of the essays that are in the book. And so that, if you choose that option, that will build on some of the skills that we talked about and learned with narrative writing from the This I Believe essay unit. So you'll have a couple of options, and we'll get more into that in a week or two when we start looking at the essay. We're also going to work with the Writing Center staff and the Writing Center instructors on this second essay. I know some of you have worked with the Writing Center already. Some of you did it for the narrative essay. Some of you have done it for other writing assignments and other classes already this semester, and that's great if you have, if you've taken advantage of that. But we're going to talk a little bit about the Writing Center, what they do, what they don't do, how to schedule an appointment, how to get over there and find them, and what you need to keep in mind if you go for a Writing Center appointment with one of the Writing Center instructors. So that's all coming in the modules ahead in the next couple of weeks. But that's ultimately where we're leading to, is an analysis and an analysis essay tied to the Anthropocene Reviewed by John Green. And so you'll have a couple of options. As I said, you'll have sort of a narrative response, a narrative writing on several of the stories, or you can do more of a traditional formal essay. So we'll talk more about that later on. But in any case, if you have any questions or concerns about anything going on with related to the module for this week, week 6, or for the module coming up next week in week 7, or anything else that's going on, please be sure and let me know. Feel free to email me. Feel free to give me a phone call. Feel free to come by during office hours that are on the syllabus if you're interested in that. I'm certainly happy to do Zoom conversations and Zoom chats as well. So just let me know if you have any questions or if you need help with anything. So I just wanted to say hello, touch base with you, see how things were going. And I think things are going pretty well for the most part. But if you are having trouble or if you have any questions or concerns, please be sure and let me know. So happy reading. Hope you enjoyed John Green's book if you haven't read much of it so far yet. And we'll have some more discussion and some more opportunities to reflect and respond to what we're reading next week as we get into Module 7. So please let me know if you have any questions or concerns, and I'll talk to you again soon.